Welcome to Astronomy Daily. I'm excited to bring you another fascinating day of space news and discoveries that showcase just how remarkable our universe truly is. Today, we're diving into some incredible stories that span the cosmic spectrum. We'll explore groundbreaking research that connects dark energy to the possibility of life across multiple universes, and take a look at China's ambitious new spaceplane project. We'll also check in again with NASA astronaut Suni Williams aboard the International Space Station, and discover why some peculiar white rocks on Mars have scientists intrigued. Plus, we'll celebrate a special milestone as one of humanity's earliest satellites marks 50 years in orbit, and learn about Sony's innovative plans to test laser communications in space. And since it's a special day on Mars, we'll explore what makes a Martian year unique. Stick around as we journey through these amazing stories from across the cosmos. So let's get started. In 1961, radio astronomer Frank Drake introduced a groundbreaking equation that attempted to estimate the number of intelligent civilizations in our galaxy. This famous formula, known as the Drake equation, combines various factors like the number of stars with planets and the time needed for civilizations to develop space signaling technology. While it's always been more of a conversation starter than a definitive calculator, scientists have continued to build upon Drake's foundational work. Now, fascinating new research published in the monthly notices of the Royal Astronomical Society is taking this concept to an entirely new level, exploring not just our universe, but multiple universes. The study focuses on how dark energy, that mysterious force pushing our universe to expand, might influence the formation of life across different universes. Dr. Daniele Cerini from Durham University and his team have developed a model that estimates the total number of stars that could form in different universes based on their dark energy content. What they found is absolutely fascinating. The sweet spot for star formation, and therefore the potential for life, appears to be in universes with about 27% dark energy content. Here's where it gets really interesting. Our universe contains approximately 23% dark energy. This suggests that, contrary to what we might expect, we may not actually be living in the universe most conducive to life. The delicate balance between dark energy's expansive force and gravity's pull creates conditions where matter can clump together to form stars and planets. But it seems there could be even more favorable conditions in universes with slightly more dark energy. This research opens up exciting new possibilities for understanding our place not just in our own universe, but in a potentially vast multiverse. As Professor Lucas Lombreiser from the Université de Genève points out, this model could help us explore how life might emerge across different universes and potentially reshape our fundamental questions about existence itself. It's a remarkable example of how our quest to understand alien life continues to evolve, taking us from Drake's relatively straightforward equation about civilizations in our galaxy to contemplating the conditions for life across multiple universes. It shows just how far our scientific understanding has come, while reminding us that there are still so many mysteries left to explore. Next in today's news, in a significant development from China's aerospace sector, state-owned company Avic has unveiled their first commercial uncrewed spaceplane, named Haolung 1, or Sky Dragon. The reveal took place at China's largest air show in Zhuhai, where a model of this innovative craft was put on display. While still in development, this spaceplane represents an important step forward in China's space capabilities, particularly in their ability to supply their growing space station program. The concept behind the Haolung 1 is particularly interesting because it combines the best of both worlds in space travel. Like the retired U.S. space shuttle, it launches vertically on top of a rocket booster, but returns to Earth like an aircraft, landing horizontally on a conventional runway. This design approach could significantly reduce the costs of sending cargo into space, making regular resupply missions more economically viable. The China Manned Space Agency has already shown their confidence in the project by awarding the spaceplane an engineering flight verification contract. According to experts like Jonathan McDowell from the Harvard-Smithsonian Center for Astrophysics, this project might be serving a dual purpose, not only developing cargo capabilities, but also gaining valuable experience with spaceplane technology that could later be applied to crewed vessels. It's worth noting that China isn't alone in pursuing spaceplane technology. They've already been operating a military spaceplane that can stay in orbit for months, though details about its activities remain largely classified. The United States has its own military spaceplane, the Boeing X-37B, which has conducted extended missions at altitudes up to 38,000 kilometers. In the commercial sector, Sierra Space's Dream Chaser is also preparing to join NASA's fleet of cargo vehicles serving the International Space Station. This development comes as China continues to expand its presence in space, with their space station now regularly hosting crews since its first modules launched in 2021. The addition of the Haolung 1 to their capabilities could mark another significant step forward in China's increasingly ambitious space program. Now let's get an update to a story we brought you a couple of days ago. Recent tabloid headlines have raised concerns about NASA astronaut Suni Williams' health aboard the International Space Station, but these claims have been firmly refuted by both NASA and now Williams herself. In a video interview from the ISS, Williams addressed these speculations directly, confirming that she maintains the same weight as when she first arrived in orbit. The experienced astronaut explained that she's been maintaining a rigorous exercise routine, which is standard practice for all space station crew members. This includes regular sessions on the exercise bike, treadmill runs, and weightlifting, all crucial activities that help combat the effects of long-term microgravity exposure on the human body. Williams noted that while her physique has changed somewhat due to the weightlifting regimen, with slightly larger thighs and gluteal muscles, these changes represent healthy adaptation rather than any concerning health issues. Williams has been aboard the ISS since June 6th, arriving on Boeing's first crewed Starliner mission. Though originally planned as a short-term stay, mission adjustments have extended her time in orbit. She currently serves as commander of Expedition 72 and is scheduled to return to Earth in February 2025, alongside the Crew 9 astronauts. Throughout her extended mission, she continues to perform her duties effectively, leading a 7-person crew that includes both American and Russian space travelers. So I think we can put that one to rest now. Sony is making an exciting move into space technology with their latest venture into laser communications. The company has partnered with California-based Astro Digital to launch 2 small satellites that will test an innovative optical communication system. What makes this particularly interesting is that Sony is adapting the same technology they originally developed for CD players to work in space. These satellites, built on Astro Digital's Corvus platform, are scheduled for launch in 2026. Each will carry a specialized lasercom optical terminal developed by Sony Space Communications Corporation. The company believes their system offers significant advantages over traditional radio communication methods, with terminals that are more compact, lighter, and more energy efficient than current alternatives. This development comes at a crucial time as the growing number of satellites in low Earth orbit is putting increasing strain on available radio spectrum. Laser communication technology could provide a much-needed solution, offering higher data transmission rates without the limitations of traditional radio frequencies. Sony isn't alone in pursuing this technology. They're joining companies like SpaceX in the race to develop these advanced communication systems, with significant interest coming from organizations like the U.S. Space Development Agency. The terminals will be tested not only for communication between the satellites and ground stations, but also for satellite-to-satellite communication in orbit. This dual testing approach could pave the way for more efficient space-based communication networks in the future, potentially revolutionizing how we transfer data through space. Let's get a Mars update. The Perseverance rover has made an intriguing discovery while exploring the rim of Mars' Jezero crater. During its 2-month climb up the crater's steep slopes, the rover encountered something quite unusual, a scattered field of bright white rocks that immediately caught the attention of NASA's science team. These ghostly white rocks are particularly fascinating because they're quite rare on Mars. While white rocks are common on Earth due to our planet's diverse geology and tectonic activity, Mars is different. The red planet's crust is primarily composed of dark minerals like olivine and pyroxene, making these pale specimens stand out dramatically against the Martian landscape. The science team has been using every tool at their disposal to study these mysterious rocks. Perseverance's Mastcam Z has captured multispectral images, while its SuperCam has used laser analysis to try to determine their composition. Unfortunately, none of the rocks were large enough for the rover to safely examine with its robotic arm instruments, but scientists are keeping watch for larger specimens as they continue their exploration. One of the most puzzling aspects is how these rocks ended up in their current location. They appear to be scattered loosely over just a few square meters, suggesting they might be erosional remnants of a resistant vein or rock layer where softer surrounding material has worn away. Alternatively, they could have tumbled down from a larger deposit higher up on the crater rim. This discovery joins other recent fascinating finds along the crater rim, including the colorful boulders at Mount Washburn and the striking zebra-striped rock formation known as Freya Castle. Each of these discoveries is helping scientists piece together the complex geological history of this region of Mars. While we're talking about Mars, here's some exciting news. November 12th, 2024, marked the beginning of a brand new year on the Red Planet. The Martian New Year officially kicked off at precisely 10:32 Central European Time, as Mars began another journey around the Sun. This marks the planet's 38th year in the modern Martian calendar, which began counting from 1955 when a massive dust storm swept across the planet. The Martian calendar is quite different from what we're used to here on Earth. For starters, a day on Mars, called a sol, is slightly longer than Earth's, lasting 24 hours and 39 minutes. But the really big difference is in the year length. A full Martian year takes 687 Earth days to complete, or about 668 sols. That's nearly double the length of an Earth year. Here's a fun fact. If you want to calculate your age on Mars, just divide your Earth age by 1.88 and you'll instantly shed quite a few years. Like Earth, Mars experiences 4 distinct seasons, but they're not quite as evenly spaced as ours. The planet's more elliptical orbit means these seasons vary in length. The red planet's axial tilt creates some interesting effects too, with the northern hemisphere getting more sunlight during its summer and the southern hemisphere receiving more during northern winter. Weather on Mars is extreme, to say the least. During a summer day, temperatures might reach a balmy 0 degrees Celsius at noon, only to plummet to minus 60 degrees by nightfall. Winter nights are even more brutal, dropping to a bone-chilling minus 110 degrees. The second half of the Martian year is particularly dramatic, often marked by fierce dust storms that can sometimes engulf the entire planet. These storms are triggered when Mars moves closer to the Sun, heating up the atmosphere and lifting fine dust particles that create a self-reinforcing cycle of warming and more dust. Finally today, a little celebration is in order. In milestone news, Oscar 7, an extraordinary satellite that has defied all expectations, is celebrating its 50th year in orbit this week. Launched on November 15th, 1974, this remarkable microsatellite holds the distinction of being the oldest operational satellite still circling our planet, even predating NASA's famous Voyager missions by 3 years. What makes Oscar 7's story even more fascinating is its humble origins. Built by volunteers from the Radio Amateur Satellite Corporation, or AMSAT, this satellite was largely constructed on basement workbenches. Despite its modest beginnings, it had to meet the same rigorous space readiness standards as professional satellites to hitch a ride alongside the NOAA 4 weather satellite. Engineers initially predicted a lifespan of just 1 to 3 years for Oscar 7, primarily due to its use of standard electronic components rather than radiation-hardened ones. But this plucky little satellite had other plans. Not only did it surpass its expected lifetime, but it also played a crucial role in developing modern emergency beacon technology, contributing to a system that has since saved over 57,000 lives. Perhaps the most remarkable chapter in Oscar 7's story came in 2002. After going silent in 1981 due to battery failure, the satellite unexpectedly sprang back to life 21 years later, earning it the nickname Sleeping Beauty among the amateur radio community. Today, despite some erratic behavior, it continues to operate using solar power, serving as a testament to the ingenuity of its volunteer builders and the surprising durability of early space technology. And that wraps up another fascinating day of space exploration and discovery. From the mysteries of dark energy and its role in creating habitable universes, to China's ambitious new space plane and the heartwarming story of Oscar 7's golden anniversary, we've covered quite a journey through the cosmos today. I'm Anna, and I've been thrilled to share these stories with you. If you're hungry for more space news, head over to astronomydaily.io, where you can sign up for our free daily newsletter and stay up to date with our constantly updating newsfeed. While you're there, don't forget to check out our complete archive of past episodes. Want to join our community of space enthusiasts? You can find us across all major social platforms. Just search for Astro Daily Pod on Facebook, X, YouTube, Tumblr, and TikTok. Thanks for tuning in, and remember to keep looking up. There's always something amazing happening in the cosmos.